Governor Soludo restates commitment towards strengthening laws against child abuse and maltreatment. 80 youths empowered with skill acquisition program in Aguleri, Anambra East Council area. Nigeria Communication Commission has spent over 500 million naira to facilitate research and innovations in tertiary institutions. Israel plans construction of joint industrial park with Jordan. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. As part of activities to mark her birthday, wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has visited a hospital and an orphanage home in Awka to donate foodstuff and relief materials to them. We have details from our studio.
The governor's wife was accompanied by Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Dr. Pascal Abodike, Commissioner for Women and Social Affairs, Mrs. Ifeoma Binabo, and many others. They paid a visit to the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwaka, and later to Model Community Children's Home in Fitoka, which are run by the state government. The gesture for the first family was aimed at supporting the feeding of the children at the orphanage and patients in the hospital. Speaking during the visit, Governor Soludo renewed his government's commitment in strengthening the laws against child abuse and maltreatment, adding that the funds meant for the servicing of the orphanage will be sustained. The governor was shown a boy maltreated and battered with sharp instruments, said it is inhuman for a human being to treat a child that way, noting that every child deserves to be treated fairly with love and affection, and assuring that the state government will ensure that the law will continue to run its full course. He added that the government will continue to champion demonstration of compassion and thoughtfulness to make a positive difference in the well-being of children. Speaking earlier, the wife of the governor, Mrs. Soludo, said the donation was to show love to the recipients, noting that this year has been very eventful for her and her family, and observed that donations to orphanage homes and many other institutions that rely largely on support from the public may have dwindled drastically because of the economic crunch, and stressed the need to continuously show love to the needy. Those visited prayed for the well-being of the first family and the state. A private Thanksgiving Mass was earlier celebrated at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, to commemorate the day.
Anambra State Ministry of Environment stormed Ekoka to enforce the state environmental law as the state observed the July edition of the monthly compulsory sanitation exercise. The State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odumegwu, alongside some members of State Executive Council, market leaders, civil society organizations, security operatives and other stakeholders went round the state to monitor compliance and also to say enough is enough on indiscriminate dumping of refuse. Chibuzo Obidike filed on this report.
Defaulters were also tried for non-compliance to the environmental law. At the popular Ekoka market, it was observed that all shops were under lock and key. Traders at the market were also involved in ensuring that their surroundings were kept clean. The Ekoka market, previously known for indiscriminate dumping of waste and unauthorized parking of vehicles, turned a new leaf during the sanitation exercise. The managing director of Anambra State Waste Management Agency, Mr. Mike Ozemena, in his speech, announced that the agency will station its task force along all markets to ensure sustainability and orderliness in waste management, wondering why people will use refuse as flowers, and asked all stakeholders to show interest as well as lead the campaign for a better society. The national president of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, ASATU, Barrister Titus Abudo, who emphasized that the first assessment of a city is the cleanliness of the environment, said that the town union will follow the example set by Professor Soludo in ensuring that the desired state is achieved, even as he assured that the sanitation exercise will always start from the communities.
That cleanliness is next to godliness. And our governor is a governor that lives by example. The first thing you observe about a city, or your first assessment about a city, is how clean the environment is. So our governor, Professor Charles Soludo, Mr. Governor of Anambra State, wants to set an example of what we normally see on television or how we see it at the, on the other side of the world, the Western world. It's very necessary to emulate that, partnering with Asmata and Aswama, and we're also giving our governor full support to make sure he succeeds. Anambra must succeed. Anambra must be clean. We all partner in it.
The Transition Committee Chairman for Awka South Council Area, Mr. Thangod Aniago, promised that under his watch, the council area will sustain all directives for the improvement of the environment.
History was made at the country home of the President General of Umweri Community, Chief Johnny Mechie, as the International Association of World Peace Advocates installed him as the African Director of the association to function in the entire 54 African country to promote sustainable peace and social justice. The association also conferred on him the award of International Eminent Peace Ambassador. Correspondent Emmanuel Chiwata reports.
Following the installment of Chief Mechie as Africa Director of the association, which will project the community on the global map, was quite symbolic for the people of Umweri as they converge in their numbers to celebrate their President General, which also attracted the community's royal father and other stakeholders. The event featured a series of presentations and decorations on him, including International Justice of Peace Apron, gold medals, certificates, 400 verses that contain peace in the Holy Bible, while he was inducted into the association's Hall of Fame. The event also marked the flag-off of United Nations Plan of Action to safeguard religious sites in southeast Nigeria. Chief Mechie also decorated his wife with World Peace Apron, gold medals, identity cards and crests. In his speech, the World Peace President of the association, Ambassador Pa Staffson, said the awards and appointments spoke volume of his humanitarian activities in his community and Anambra, and described him as a man of many parts whose activities of promoting peace and engaging his community in various dialogue were in line with the promotion of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
When you look at a person like him and you see what he has done for his people, what he's doing in his town, village, you deserve it. Because it shows that people that have the will to help will also be able to create peace, to follow our DD development goals from the United Nations, which is very important. So that's why he deserves it very much.
We have discovered that the world needs peace more than they need any other thing. After the end of World War II, they found out that there is need for peace. We will not relent efforts in preaching and talking peace.
We need unity in Anambra State. We need peace and unity in our locality. We need peace and unity in our homes. So peace is very important. My word of encouragement is that as he has spent his money to accept this award and also to buy this vehicle, that God will replenish him. We will continually be praying for him.
Responding, Chief Mechie and wife Linda thanked the association for the honor bestowed on them and pledged their commitments to promoting peace in all parts of the nation and continent.
I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the International Association of World Peace Advocates, United Nations, for this honor bestowed on me as the eminent ambassador and director of Africa. To you, Mr. President, and all the representatives of International Association of World Peace Advocates, I say thank you for all the support.
Other members of the World Peace Advocates at the event, including the Mama Diaspora, Amina Temitope Ajayi, the Public Relations Officer of the association, Emmanuel Okeke, the Chief Organizing Officer, Emeka Okano, and Richard Okere, said Chief Mechie deserved every honor he got. High point of the event was the hoisting of 6 flags in Chief Mechie's premises to justify his international position as a global diplomat and presentation of official car to carry out world peace activities in Nigeria. Chief Mechie is by his appointment expected to carry out his first international assignment in Cameroon, where he is to decorate the Central Africa Coordinator on 6th August 2022. Emmanuel Chibata reporting for ABS News.
About 80 youths from Aguleri community, Anambra East Council area, have been trained and empowered by one of their illustrious sons, Chief Ignatius Aniebuka of Ifite Aguleri. They were empowered with sets of computer, repair equipment, complete set of sewing machines, and other gadgets that will help them alleviate poverty and improve standards of living in their families. And Maka Chibuzokoye has details.
The training and empowerment program were part of activities marking the benefactor's 50th birthday. Before they were empowered, they were trained on repairs and unlocking of mobile phones, servicing, flashing, unlocking and downloads, as well as other skills that has to do with mobile phones. Addressing the graduates of the training, the special advisor to Governor Chukwuma Soludo on Youth Empowerment Program, Dr. Nelson Omenua, extolled the benefactor Chief Aniebuka for sponsoring the training and equipping the youths with the gadgets to start making money for themselves, while assuring that his office will follow up on beneficiaries to ensure performance evaluation and sustainability. Dr. Omenua encouraged the beneficiaries to contribute to the society by training at least another youth while calling on high net worth individuals in the state to adopt and empower a youth in their respective communities, as investment in human capital development is critical to the security of lives and properties. The benefactor, Chief Aniebuka, a mobile phone dealer based in Lagos but with branches in many states, explained that the aim of the program was to take the youths away from every form of get-rich-quick syndrome and other social vices that may mar their future and introduce them to make wealth through decent means. He said that through the empowerment, he was trying to give back to the society, starting from his immediate home to see that the youths of his community become self-reliant. Mr. Aniebuka encouraged the beneficiaries to put in more efforts in all the training garnered to boost their business so as to prosper and never fall back to their families while they run away from all social vices that can mar their future.
I think the best one can do is to give back to society. Everything I have today, it was from society. And you start from your immediate home. That's why I started here. Giving is actually kind of money. I want them to prosper. I want to reduce, if this is something people know that are worried, if at the end of the day we have about 13 or 25 that will be able to keep their family and become human beings from that, is very important. I would be very grateful.
The empowerment and the investment is doing is a kind of bringing the youth to where they ought to be, because ordinarily the youth of these days are deviating seriously, and what it's doing is teaching them, for them to know that there's a dignity in them, that when you walk, you grow gradually, because this is a trend of making money twofold is becoming very, very annoying.
In their good doing messages, Barrister Ifeanyi Ilo Akasia, Barrister Francis Okeke, and National Vice President, Aguleri National Youth Forum, Mr. Emeka Chinwuba, said they were elated by Chief Aniebuka's gesture, which they noted would help secure the future for their youth. Others who spoke were the President General of Ifite Aguleri, Mr. Fidelis Ndigwe, and the trainer of the beneficiaries, Mr. Desmond Olikenyi, who said they will also monitor to ensure the beneficiaries do not sell or use it for other motives. While appreciating their benefactor, Mr. Chukwunonsonweku, on behalf of all the beneficiaries, said they never dreamt of having it so good, but God, through their brother, has put smiles on their faces, praying God to replenish him abundantly. Reverend Father Damian Obi later prayed and blessed the equipment while cutting of birthday cake, presentation of certificates, and handover of the equipment to the beneficiaries. featured at the event. From Ifite Aguleri Hall, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Nigerian Communications Commission has committed over 500 million naira to the Nigerian universities and other tertiary institutions across the country to facilitate research and innovations to promote development in the Nigerian telecommunications industry. Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Omar Dambata, said the commission is now focused on supporting the academia in the commercialization of the prototypes from these innovative researchers, as this is relevant to the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economies policy towards achieving indigenous technology for sustainable development of our country. Dambata said these efforts has enabled the Commission to contribute to national effort to ensure overall growth of the industry and create wealth for innovators, saying all these are fundamental to the objectives of the NCC's R&D oriented programs. Dambata said appreciable impact had been achieved since the Commission reinvigorated research grants for communications based research innovations from Nigerian academics, focusing on successful commercialization of locally developed solutions to foster and deepen the uptake of indigenous technology by Nigerians. NCC's Executive Commissioner, Technical Services Engineer Obale Maska also disclosed that the Commission has so far awarded 49 telecom-based research grants to the academia, out of which 10 prototypes were successfully developed and displayed to industry stakeholders. And on the foreign scene, Israel has announced plans to advance the construction of a previously approved multi-million-dollar joint industrial park with Jordan along the two countries' shared border. The decision for the project, dubbed the Jordan Gateway, came during an Israeli government cabinet meeting. According to an Israeli statement, the idea was first proposed in 1994 when the two countries normalized ties, but the final details were agreed upon during a meeting last week between Jordan's King Abdullah II and acting Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid in the Jordanian capital Amman. Work on the project had already begun in recent years, including the completion of a bridge between the two sides of the park to serve as a crossing. According to statements by the Israeli government in recent years, the project is estimated to cost about 200 million Israeli shekels. It will include Israeli and Jordanian factories on the Jordanian side of the park, while a logistic wing on a base will be built on the Israeli side for transferring goods out of Israeli port on the Mediterranean Sea, as Jordan is landlocked. And now sports. After a momentary setback in the second round fixtures, Nigerian team to the ongoing World Cup Olympiad in China, India, bounced back to reckoning with convincing wins against Mauritania and Palestine in the third round of the event. In the open section, the male team had Isaac Okeke on board. One displays Yahi Mohamed Salem, just as Boma Kigira on board 2 in white pieces defeated Cheika Mohamed Lemi to give Nigeria 2 points lead. Veteran star player Adebayo Adegboyega extended the lead on board 3 in black pieces with a brilliant win against Bodia side, and Akinsheye Abiola completed the perfect score for Nigeria with his win against Mohamed Abdul Chim Talab to give the nation a 4-0 win. And the female Nigeria won 3-1 against Palestine after Enoma Emmanuel Trust overcame Almori Sara on board 1, just as Ofowino Tosimuyiwa proved better on board 2 with another win against Hiba Asi, and Obiyoyo Perpetual Eloho extended the gap with a brilliant win against Emma Sawan. But Onoja Iyefu lost on the board 4 to Takwa Hamuri and reduced the scoreline to 3-1. The result of the matches mean that Nigeria will face stiff opposition tonight in the level round Swiss event pairing tournament, as teams with higher score and match games face each other as the tournament progresses. As at the last round, Ukraine are joint top in the open session with India, Team 2, Uzbekistan, Turkey, Argentina, Georgia, Cuba, Montenegro and Canada with 4 match points and 8 board points. The final burial rite of late Chief Christian Okolo Maduka has been completed at his family compound, Umuzocha Village, Oka South local government area of Anambra State. The late Chief Maduka, popularly known as Ezugo, who died at the age of 113 before his death, was the oldest man in Amachala, Nato, Oka and Ifite, Oka. He was also the oldest Ajadeja title holder in Oka before his death. Blessing Dennis has details.
The late Chief Maduka died on 4th October 2021 and was buried on 8th October 2021 according to his wishes. Some of his friends, relations, in-laws and well-wishers from all walks of life who spoke to the ABS on the life of the late Chief Maduka eulogized him as a man who lived a worthy life on earth. His grandson, Mr. Ikechukwu Maduka, described his grandfather as an icon, a loving father, a peacemaker, and said that he lived a saintly life while on earth.
To me, even I am American, because 8 of us is almost motivated me. Lisbon, but in a village. That age, you know, 113 years. In no 130 years, almost no one can touch your coming. When I chukuna be Chineke Wutelie, Chineke Wutelie. Not touch last year, no.
The Vice Chairman, Umuzocha Development Union, UDU, Mr. Uchendu Anayo, said the late Okolo Maduka was an epitome of love, full of wisdom, humility, and was industrious, and he prayed God to accept his soul.
Okolo Maduka, Papa, you make it with the 7 villages. All the man total. So I wasn't why would you do you? I know today. Why where Gululi or Golo go wake it okay ma. Can all be mad naked and can or by the Benicia today. Manatu hope to the Okolo Maduka. People water now, ego have everything. No way when you tune him mad or tune you take anyone. Or have you Mutana Kokolo today?
Earlier in a sermon during the burial service, an Anglican priest, Reverend Eliezer Okere of Holy Trinity Church, Oka, explained that the best life one can live is the life of impact and blessing to people around, and described the late Chief Maduka as one who through his journey on earth lived a life worthy of emulation.
The whole of Oka. And what a grace carry this type of grace. Managini kai engineer theater. Makoloya. Now no look at Kaiju work chetane. Or the game house. Today the vocal guitar was in the window. Or from the world.
Immediate family members, relations, in-laws, and well-wishers used the opportunity to pay condolences to the deceased family. From Umuzocha Village, Oka, in Oka South local government area, I am Blessing Dennis reporting for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page, ABS Television, Oka. Follow us on Instagram, ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now the main points again. Governor Saludo has restated commitment towards strengthening laws against child abuse and maltreatment. 80 youths have been empowered with a skill acquisition program in Aguilera, Anambra East Council area. Nigeria Communications Commission has expended over 500 million naira to facilitate research and innovations in tertiary institutions. Israel has planned construction of joint industrial park with Jordan. And here's the special message once again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Good morning.